All right, y'all, welcome back to Philly D's Garage. So today we got the G35 in here. So I was driving and I got a P0021 code, which basically means your bank 2, which on this G35, so on this side, your bank 2 solenoid right here is basically not functioning right. So the first thing I did, because usually the main thing or the main reason why these solenoids go bad is because your oil was not changed on time, or you're using the wrong oil, something like that with the oil. So the first thing I did was I pulled it in here, I checked my oil, and I was a quart, half a quart to a quart low. So I done already did my oil, which is right here. Oil and filter. So I did that, and I'm almost sure that was the problem, because I mean, if you don't have the right amount of oil in your car, you won't have the right amount of pressure either. So the solenoid is not going to work correctly. But I still wanted to test it and show you guys how you can confirm if your solenoid is good or not. So I already took the cover off and I got this set up. Real quick, if you guys never did an oil change to a G35, let me show y'all real quick. It's right here. Here's your filter right there, and the drain plug is right there. So it's pretty easy. I already did mine. I kind of kept my floor clean, so I'm kind of happy about that. But so yeah, that's usually the first thing you want to do is change the oil, because if your oil ain't right, you could put brand new oil control valves in your car over and over, and your car still won't run right if you ain't got the right oil in it, or if the viscosity ain't right, or you know what I mean. So you got to make sure your oil is good first. So now the code was for this sensor, so I wanted to test this sensor. So first I want to make sure that my circuit is good to here. So I already hooked up my that's not even plugged in. Got my power probe. All right, I got a few things set up already, so this could go a little quicker. So what you want to do is, you could test this connector here, but you don't really want to dig in there with something. You want to back probe it from here. I already got that set up over there to show y'all, but this power probe is pretty pointy right here, so it can kind of touch. All right, so it's telling me that I got ground right here. All right, and you can also touch the other side. All right, because you want to make sure, you know, let me show you real quick. Like on this side, I already got it back probe, because you really don't want to do it like that. All right, you want to back probe it so you won't mess up the connector. So here we is here. I'm getting the ground. All right, so we already know that these solenoids should be power side switched. So what I mean is, when a car is off, you're just gonna get ground on both sides. One side is the control and the other side is your power, right? So this your power. I'm gonna show y'all real quick just so y'all know what y'all doing. So you're getting ground now, right? So we're gonna go in here, and y'all gonna hear that switch change. Matter of fact, let me put y'all up here real quick. There you go. Philly D tip. Hold on. Turn the key on. All right, so y'all see that? So the noise changed, which basically indicated that it switched the power. Okay, so power is what turns these things on and off along with your oil. So what we want to do is, so this is how you back probe though. when you want to back probe your connector. You see you put the pins in there like that. Just be careful. But the reason what made me do that, I wasn't even going to show you guys that, but I was trying to take this connector off because I wanted to compare this side to this side. But they got this heater core bypass in a way, or I don't know what hose it is, but it's coolant. And I wasn't trying to take it off because I don't want to have to bleed it. But good thing that I couldn't take it off, or I didn't, because now I can show y'all how to back probe a connector. Y'all can see that. So bam, so let's come back over here to this side. Now all solenoids is pretty much the same. You can test them all pretty much the same way. The cool thing about this is though, see, you got the solenoid here, and you got the valve, basically like a valve body right here. This is where the valves are at. But you can take this off separate from this, which is kind of cool. So, because it's pretty tough to get in here to test this for y'all, you know. So I'm gonna try to take it off. Make sure you don't drop your nut. If you drop your nut, you know what? Hold on. Let's get this guy out the way. All right. So, I'll finish screwing this out. So not all oil control valves are like this. I don't really know too many that's like this. This is like the only one I know, but it may be others. But most of them just come one whole piece, and it's not a two-piece like this. So I'm gonna slide this out. So now if you wanted to, see, there's a gasket in between this side, but you could take this whole thing off and clean the whole thing. There you go. So let me take y'all over here real quick. Put y'all up here on the table. So basically, now I had these old valves. I had these, and I was basically because I don't know what the ohms, like when you're testing these, you got to test the resistance. So I don't know the spec for this. So I was trying to test these old ones, just to get an idea where the ohms are at. So let me show y'all something real quick. I'm all jumping all over the place. And while I had these, so we know this should be the good side because we didn't get a code for this side. We got a code for that side. So I'm trying to compare that side to this side. So another thing y'all can do, I don't think I showed y'all this earlier, to verify your circuit is good. Put it on ohms test, and you can basically test your circuitry. Hold on, I'm trying to get on there. I don't know if y'all can see that, but see, this will test the circuit right here. Also, this will tell me that the solenoid, the coil inside is now broke. So this was just saying, I think it was saying 8.3 ohms or something like that. So we know that's good because we didn't get a code for it. But I'm gonna bring y'all over here to this table real quick, and I'm gonna show you that this valve is good. All right, so maybe y'all have to test your valve. All right, so basically, got my power probe here. I got a battery up here. Hold on. I hate working with one hand, so it's crazy. So, all right, so you can make this thing, you can open up these valves right here. So you want to get in there, put it on one terminal, and then, okay, one is ground, Let me turn this volume off. All right, so you got ground going in there, and you want to touch it. Can y'all hear that? All right, so we know the valve is opening and closing. That's a good thing, but that don't mean, like, if you hear that, that don't mean, okay, my solenoid is good. Nah, just because it's opening and closing don't mean it's good. It could still be partially clogged up, not opening all the way or not closing all the way. So you don't want to just hook up power and ground to your solenoid and listen for a noise and expect it, you know, that your switch is good. You don't want to do that, because it could still be bad. And at certain RPMs, higher, lower, you know, it's going to be different. The valves move in a, you know, different way, different rate. So you got to think about that also when your car is on a load, not just sitting here in your hand like this. Another way you could test it is with your ohms test. All right, so we're on ohms now. See if I can stand this up for you guys. Oh, it's not gonna work. Maybe it is. All right, so now what you want to do is, let me sit y'all down real quick. I should have did that already. All right, so you got your solenoid here. I don't know if y'all can see this. I'm so unprepared, right? Just bear with me, man. All right, so we got the solenoid right here. Put one pin on one side. Y'all can see the pins in there. All right. Right now we're making sure that this solenoid is good. All right, so touch the other side with the other lead. Let me see. Hold on. So make sure you're on ohms. All right, so here we go. We're getting a reading. Now most solenoids are between 6 and like 13 or 14 ohms. So like I said, I really don't know where this one is supposed to be at, but remember the other one we tested over there was around 8.3 or something like that, and this one is 7.6. So 7.9, so it's fluctuating. So it's within a range of the other one. So if you don't know how to use your multimeter, right now you're reading ohms. So see how we got these two prongs, we put them together. It's telling you got a connection. You let it go, it's open loop. There's no connection here. All right, it's open loop is what that means. Put it together, it's telling you you have a connection. So it's the same way. It's the same way when you're connecting it to a connector like we just did. Right now it's open and we're touching it. That's letting me know that the coil inside is good. Let me know that the coil in here is good. So it's a good connection in, it's a good connection coming out. So that's basically what we tested. So now while you got it out, I mean, you can clean it out, whatever. I don't think this is dirty. It's dirty. I just think because my oil was low is why that light came on. And it looks like it's been changed before, because I think this is an Infinity. Yeah, it would say Nissan on there or something. Infinity or Nissan on here. I don't see that anywhere. So somebody's changed it before, but before I had it. So yeah, you can clean it out. Sometimes you could put power to it like we just did. Put power to it, and while you're putting power to it, you could clean it out while the valves are opening and closing. That way you could get more of that dirt out of there. But I'm not gonna do all that. All right, so the best thing you can do is just to keep your oil changed on time. I mean, that's the main thing you got to do. Every 3 months, every 5 months. I wouldn't go past 5 months, especially on, you know, I don't know what type of oil people putting in people's cars, but I don't know. But just change your oil frequent. Like most cars after like 2000 and newer have these solenoids. Even older ones have these solenoids. So if your car is variable valve timing, you have one of these. All right. Your timing chain, your phasers, your camshaft, they all work together to open and close your valves at a certain time. Okay, and most of that is controlled by your oil. So you can't mess around with changing your oil, man. When it's time to change your oil, you gotta change your oil. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this back in there. I already deleted the code, so I really couldn't show y'all the code, but I already changed the oil, so yeah, pretty much I'm gonna put this back in there and drive it and see what happens. Make sure that the light doesn't come back. Make sure, I was trying not to do that. Make sure you guys grab some of them T-pins because they work great. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drive it, put some more miles on it, make sure that light don't come back. 9 times out of 10, I should be good because, like I said, the oil was almost a quart low. So that's definitely gonna affect these solenoids from working correctly. So I just wanted to show y'all how these worked and how to check them real quick. Like I said, one test won't confirm whether this is good or not. You got to do the whole 9 yards. You got to test this thing 3-4 different ways because, you know, you want to make sure your coil in here is not grounded out to the body of this solenoid. So you want to there's a few different ways to test this. So just don't go off of one test. And you know, the main one you want to do is just make sure your oil is at the proper level and it's not dirty or clogged up, because these little tiny holes in here, you know, they're really small. So if your oil is anywhere thicker than what your car is rated for, it might affect the flow of that oil. So yeah, man, so that's all I got today, yo. If you like the video, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll check you on the next one. All right, y'all, so you know I had to do a little bit of bonus footage. So we inside the G35. Car's running. Came back in here, decided to look at some data, and then I realized I wanted to show you guys that if you have a scanner like this, you can actually go into Troubleshooter and it actually tell you how to diagnose that code. So you come here, go to code tips, because I don't know if I was fluent enough with letting you guys know how to diagnose it. So that was a P0021 P0021. I don't know if y'all can see. We're in the G35. Let me show y'all real quick that the G35 is, yeah, y'all see that? Yeah. But I wanted y'all to see that it is at idle. All right, and we are idling at, what is that, about 600 RPM. So she pretty smooth right now. All right, so we know things is working the way they should. But we back in here, and this thing actually tells you P0021 ECM detects difference between actual bank to intake cam position, because they want to see it should mirror each other. So whatever the computer is controlling it to do, that's what the computer wants to see the camshaft do. So if it doesn't do that, It's going to throw that code. ECM controls cam timing by sending it to the continuously variable duty cycle signal to the intake timing control solenoid. Solenoid controls oil pressure to the cam sprocket. ECM monitors intake cam timing using god damn it, camshaft position sensors. That's what that means. All right, CMPS. Code set condition. When ECM detects difference between actual bank 2 intake cam position and a target cam position. All right, I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm trying to, in case you guys don't have nothing to refer to, I'm trying to give you something to refer to. Pretty sure it's probably on Google. Then it tells you right here, possible causes, low level. All right, we talked about that. Low level is going to lead to low oil pressure. All right, we talked about that. Intake timing control solenoid mechanical failure, which is what we did with the power and ground to the sensor, and y'all heard it click. Okay, so that's basically the mechanical part. You can have a faulty cam sprocket, foreign matter caught in the oil groove for intake valve timing control, timing chain itself, crank cam sensor, harness or connectors, low oil or low oil level or pressure may cause P0011 and P0021, which is what we also discussed. All right, if you got low oil level or pressure, you're gonna get that code. And then they say verify correct oil level, pressure, and condition before any repairs. I see that it actually says that. Repair correct oil level, pressure, and condition before any repairs. All right, and that's basically the first thing that I did and what I recommend you guys to do. All right, if oil level, pressure, and condition are okay, code usually sets due to mechanical solenoid failure. All right, so there you go. You basically just read what I told you guys, but I just wanted to give y'all that extra little assurance right here, so you could pause it and read whatever you got to read. Hopefully it came out pretty clear for y'all, but there y'all go, a little bit of bonus footage for y'all. Check you on the next one.